butterfly tabletop control panel video for the Sewing Mode GUI. So the tabletop has two different screens it can show for if you have the sewing table, or a different screen if you have the embroidery table. This screen is what it shows if you have the sewing table installed. This one's pretty simple. So on screen are a lot of patterns the sewing mode can do. You notice some are going zigzagging left and right and such, because the needle in the embroidery in this tabletop sewing machine will go back and forth to try to do that pattern for you. So there are several libraries worth of sewing patterns to do, and several sewing feet that you can do it with. So these are 3 different sewing feet where it has patterns for. The first sewing feet is here. If you use one of these patterns, then you must use this foot with it. And same here, if you use one of these patterns, you must use this type of foot. And any of these patterns, you must use that type of foot with it. Now, when I press this over here is a preview pane. It shows you what is going to be sewing manually with your help. So straight ones, again, they're just, a lot of them are just going back and forth and such. Up here is a button to do combinations. So this will allow you to combine several patterns together, and you can see the preview pane what now shows several of them doing it together if you wanted to do something like that. And then you push that again to make sure it's not highlighted, and then you can, here in the preview pane, only see one pattern again. This button down here makes sure it makes it go on the left side and the right side or the center. This button here lets you switch between a 2 needle mode or a 1 needle mode. You would have to have an accessory to do 2 needle mode. This button here causes a trim to occur. It cuts the bobbin thread, and so you can remove your fabric after you're done. And this one here mirrors your pattern. So let me do that. You can see the preview here, and when I hit that, it will make sure it goes in the opposite. Let me try a different one. There you go. You can see that more clearly. Down here are adjustments to your sewing pattern to make it wider, thinner, longer, etc. And here is the speed at which it's gonna spin the main shaft at. So the faster this is, the faster you're gonna have to react to it. Down here is the ability to save your pattern. So if you do a combination pattern of some sort, and you can see it over here, you might want to save that for later. So if you push save, then this category over here, number 4, will hold that for later. And the trash can here is to delete any save patterns you have after you highlight it. Let's go back. And the erase button here will erase them one at a time from the preview, just to help you make the pattern you want. And then let me turn combination back off. And once you have a pattern ready, then the bottom right will begin sewing mode on the machine. The light on the machine will turn green. You can't see it in this view, or maybe. And then when you press the green button, on-off button on the left side of the machine, or this bottom right button again, it will start sewing. And you can hear it go. So that's pretty much it for the Sewing Mode GUI. It is very simple. And if you wanted to see the embroidery graphical interface, it should be in the next video.